Tables, Ladders, and Chairs and Stairs is coming up this Sunday. Welcome back, everyone. This is Jason. This video is going to be doing my preview predictions for the pay-per-view this Sunday. Let's get started. It's going to be started out with a match. First of all, I want to say that this card is actually pretty loaded, and I'm pretty impressed. Going into the last pay-per-view, now granted it was Survivor Series, there weren't as many matches. So, well, it's because of the whole time thing with, extra people and extra eliminations and matches. But still, this card is pretty loaded. It's looking like it's going to be a pretty good show. I haven't heard anything that's special about the kickoff show other than there's going to be a match between A New Day and the Dust Brothers. It's Kofi Kingston, Big E, and Xavier Woods versus Goldust and Stardust. Now that Goldust and Stardust are not champs anymore, they needed a new rivalry. Well, why not have them go against the new guys on the block, so to speak? The New Day. I like the group A New Day. I know a lot of people are crapping on this new group and saying that they're too over the top, and that soon, because they're so over the top and so happy, they're gonna end up turning heel or something. I don't know. That does make sense. They could do something like that. I think it's either they're going to stay this positive group and go for the ultimate baby face role, or yeah, they could possibly turn this into they're so positive, kind of like them Bo Dallas is. You just got to believe, and he's all cotton candy sugar sweet, and but he's actually a big heel. Maybe that's what they're doing. I don't know. But nonetheless, I'm just glad that they're got some kind of focus on these guys. They're all talented in their own way, and I'm glad they put them in this group to let them shine a little. Is it going to amount to anything in the future? I don't know. I'm just glad that they're all doing something finally, other than a singles career that really wasn't going anywhere. They get a decent pop when they come out, so we'll see what happens. As far as who's going to win this one on the kickoff show, this is their first big match, their first big rivalry, so I think A New Day is going to come off with a win on this one. Then we go to the card on the main show, and I'm going to go kind of what I think is least significant to most significant. We'll start out with the United States title match. This is going between Rusev, who's the champ, and Jack Swagger. Now, this is the second time in a few months that Jack Swagger's fought Rusev. This time it's for an actual title. It's not just a United States versus Russia kind of thing. Once again, Rusev's getting this undefeated push, and I don't see him losing anytime soon up until, whoever he faces coming up in WrestleMania. So yeah, he's going to come out in this one. I read something about Zeb Coulter having some kind of surgery. I don't remember what it was. I guess it was his leg surgery or something with his leg, excuse me. So this is kind of like more of a revenge thing, I think, than actually going for the title. But nonetheless, Rusev's going to keep the championship and keep his streak going. Next, the Divas title match going between Nikki Bella, who is a champ, and AJ Lee. This is, the rematch from winning the championship a month ago. And it should be a decent match. Um, I think Nikki Bella's, improved over the years, like I said. And of course, AJ Lee, I think, is one of the more talented divas on the roster, on the mic, in the ring, all the way. And, uh, but nonetheless, I don't think AJ Lee's going to get her title back. I think Nikki Bella is certainly going to. She's going to keep her championship. Whether Brie Bella is going to interfere or not, I don't know. That remains to be seen. It seems like they're kind of on the same page again, even though she's still treating Brie like crap. But I don't know. I still say it's going to lead to a Bella versus Bella um, rivalry down the road somewhere, but who knows? That would be a logical thing, but who am I? Uh, all right, next we got uh, the match that is changing the title of the pay-per-view itself, a stairs match between Eric Rowan and Big Show. Kind of weird that they're doing this, but I give them credit for trying to do something different with the pay-per-view, adding another stipulation as far as a a weapon, whatever. Uh, if it was up to me, if you're gonna add a stipulation or something different to the pay per view itself, I would just throw in a classic cage match or something like that. But nonetheless, we get the steel stairs match between uh, Eric Rowan and Big Show. Now, Eric Rowan is new to this whole babyface deal, and they're trying their best to push him as such. He's got the weird music. Seems like fans are starting to get behind him. I think fans are also, in the same respect, very sick of Big Show flip flopping who knows how many times a year back and forth between a good guy and bad guy. But nonetheless, he's a snarky heel again, and a win for Rowan would certainly help his babyface push. So I'm gonna go with Eric winning this one, um, beating the Big Show. Uh, I don't think this is gonna be a match of the night by any means, but you know it'll be cool to see them. It's always a little more interesting when they start using more weapons and stuff. So, nonetheless, I think Eric's going to win this one, and we'll see where the rivalry goes. If it ends here, if it goes on to something else, we'll see. Next, we got the tag team title match between the Usos and the Miz and Mizdow. Miz and Mizdow have been very entertaining, especially Mizdow, and fans actually getting behind him. Of course, they're cheering Mizdow and booing the Miz, which is hilarious. And the Usos getting they're showing their tough side lately, especially when it comes to is it? I'm trying to think who's married to Naomi. That whole thing that got them all fired up last week. Well, nonetheless, whichever one it is, the Usos are mean business and have not been showing that super happy side lately. So, but nonetheless, this should be a decent match, entertaining and funny at the same time. But I don't see Miz and Mizdow losing their championship back to the Usos. So yeah, Miz and Mizdow are going to win this one. Fifth match is going to be a chairs match between Ryback and Kane. Um, Ryback, another one who they're trying to push, since his comeback. And there's been some controversy with the whole CM Punk thing, but it seems like fans are still cheering for him, which is good. He needs that. Um, but I don't see him winning this one. I think Kane is going to come out on top of this one in the chairs match. It should be one of the more brutal matches, I think, with the chair shots and everything. But yeah, I think Kane's going to win this one against Ryback. Number 6, ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship between Dolph Ziggler and the champ Luke Harper. It's time for me to go to bed. Dolph Ziggler is the one that came out on top in the Survivor Series, and he's been nothing but uber charismatic and a lot of fun to watch. And it seems like they're really starting to push him again. But I don't think he's going to win the championship against Luke Harper, seeing as he just won it. Excuse me. But I do like the rivalry. I mean, you've got the Dolph Ziggler, who is flying all over the place, and Luke Harper, who's more of a classic Bruiser Brody type of brawler. But the two work great together. They really do. Even though the styles are quite different. So this should be one of the better matches of the night, by all means, because the two are great in the ring together. But Luke Harper is going to retain and stay Intercontinental Champion. Number 7, tables match. Now, as far as a headliner, I think they're obviously going to go between the John Cena Seth Rollins match or the Dean Ambrose Bray Wyatt match. In my opinion, I think Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt should tear the house down and headline this pay-per-view. But that's just me. But I'm sure there's plenty of other fans that feel the same way. But nonetheless, number 7 is John Cena versus Seth Rollins in a tables match. And the stipulation behind this match is if John Cena loses, he loses his number 1 contendership for Brock Lesnar's WWE World Heavyweight Championship title. Now, as obvious as it may seem that John Cena may come out winning in this one, I don't think it's that obvious of a win for him. I don't know if they came up with any other steps behind this one. I did not watch Raw. I will be watching it tomorrow. So I don't know if they added any. So if they did, I apologize. I'm not aware of it. As in, the only other thing that I can think of is if Seth Rollins loses, then he loses the Money in the Bank briefcase or something like that. But, that would make it a little more interesting, as in, now they both have something to lose. But nonetheless, and John Cena being the number 1 contender and going up against Brock Lesnar, which I'm assuming is going to be at the next pay-per-view, which I think is the Royal Rumble, but don't quote me on that. I don't think fans, whether you love Cena or hate him or whatever, or love Brock Lesnar or hate him, I don't think fans really want to see this match. Who wants to see John Cena versus Brock Lesnar Part 4? I mean, it's getting as old as John Cena versus Randy Orton for the umpteenth millionth time. It's like, okay, how many times are you going to put them together for the championship? let's come up with something fresh. Let's come up with something new. If John Cena loses, I think it's honestly going to put Randy Orton in that number one contender spot. I would much rather see Orton or Rollins versus Brock Lesnar at the next pay-per-view or whenever Brock is coming back. Honestly, I don't know when, but hopefully soon, because the WWE without a champ right now is just getting ridiculous. It's gone from he's a special attraction to do they have a champ? you know, yeah, Brock needs to show up soon, which I've heard he's showing up this next Monday, but whatever, we'll see. So in my opinion, I'm guessing that Seth Rollins is going to win this match and John Cena is going to lose his number one contendership, which will bring Randy Orton back, and he'll somehow, some way become the new number one contender. That's what I'd like to see. That's what I think is going to happen. Because I really don't want to see John Cena versus Brock Lesnar Part 4. There's nothing special about it anymore. Who wants to see John Cena get suplexed, 20 times again? It's like, for crying out loud. Just you can't beat him. Let someone else try. So yeah, Seth Rollins is going to put John Cena through a table. All right, last but not least, certainly not least, Dean Ambrose versus Bray Wyatt. Now, they fought each other at the last pay-per-view, and it became like a big temptation thing for Bray Wyatt trying to tempt Dean to hit him with the chair, and Dean gave in, so Bray won, but Dean still got his revenge. So in that sense, Dean won. Technically, he lost. This is going to be the match of the night that tears the house down. It's a tables, ladders, and chairs match. It's going to be brutal. It's going to be great. This should be the headliner. If not, then, in my opinion, WWE, you screwed up. Seriously. Dean needs that win. He needs this win badly. And it's going to help him. It's going to help catapult him to bigger and better things. Is this going to be the end of the Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose rivalry? I don't know. But this certainly could be the be-all, end-all of the feud, leading, up to the next pay-per-view, which I think is Royal Rumble. But, yeah, Dean seriously needs to win. He's, I heard the winners of the Slammies. I did not watch the Slammies or this past Raw, but I heard he won Breakout Star of the Year, I think. Yeah, I actually voted for Seth because I think, he's accomplished as much, if not a little more, than Dean. But in my book, they're both great, and they both deserve it. So, in that sense, that's going to help catapult Dean as well. I still consider him, they say, oh, well, now he's back down to mid-card. I don't consider this rivalry a mid-card rivalry. I really don't. Like I said, I think this should headline it, and they deserve it. It's got that big match feel. Certainly now, with it being a TLC match, it's going to be the barn burner of the night, guys. Seriously. It's going to be great. So that's it for this one. That's my predictions. I don't picture them adding anything else later this week. It's a pretty full card. It's 8 matches plus the preview, or the kickoff show match. So that's 9 technically. So yeah, that's it. Put in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. Who's going to win? Looking for some feedback. You can agree with me or disagree with me, whatever. Let me know. And that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys.